So as I'm about to make this video, I just noticed that trading is halted on Rocket Mortgage. So Rocket Mortgage is Cleveland-based company, right where we're from. They have the Rocket Mortgage Field House where the Cavs and Cleveland Monsters play, the minor league hockey team for the Blue Jackets. But so they did just resume trading, but it was halted. This thing is up over 70% today, which is truly incredible. So I thought that there was something. Well, when I saw the stock price climbing, I thought that there was something that they announced because it was up maybe 10, 15%. And then it just kept climbing and climbing and climbing. And now it's up almost 75%. So I started doing a little bit of digging. And what I found is that we have another one of these somewhat, maybe it's a short squeeze? I don't know. So S3 Analytics said that there's been a large amount of short selling in Rocket lately, and that is what's causing this recent rally, with short interest increasing to 47.9 million shares, or nearly 50% of the public float. So that's a lot of shares shorted. And right now that would make sense as to why they are up so big. I don't know if this is one of these Wall Street bets kind of deals again, but let's look at Rocket Mortgage from their actual mortgage perspective. So I did a little bit of digging. I went back to 2017. This is a 2019 report. Quicken Loans, or Rocket Mortgage. Quicken Loans is the parent. Rocket Mortgage is the parent company to Quicken Loans. They just changed their name pretty recently. They're the number one loan. They're the biggest loan guys in the United States, and they have been for quite some time. They're very efficient. They have very good customer service. I do have some friends that work for them. It's a tough business, but they do reward their employees. So then they do a lot of refinances. I have found that they don't have the best rates, but people do go with them, and Quicken Loans and Rocket Mortgage make things very simple, and it makes it very convenient for you to get some kind of a loan. So top tickers right now is Rocket number one, and it was interesting. It was up there yesterday. So they went public less than a year ago. They don't make money. That's about it. That's all I want to say about that for Rocket Mortgage. So let's get into the technicals of this, of why the reason why you're here. So they did gap up a little bit overnight, but the majority of this run, they gapped up maybe $2.50, but the majority of this run was today. And I'd really like to show you guys on the 15-minute chart eventually of what you could have caught. And if you were, I know a lot of my patrons in the Muscles chat did catch this run all the way up. So a lot of these guys have caught 60, 70% today. And it's very possible for you to do. And with my guidance, you can definitely do it. So let's take a look at the long-term chart of Rocket real quick and see what we can do with this. So until this morning, they were definitely a downtrend. And they were kind of just going sideways for quite some time. So like I said, they're a newer company to be public, so we don't really have a lot of information. This is pretty much all we have on them. Let me try to go back a little bit further, but I'm pretty sure this is it. Yeah, we get one more day. So this is all the information. So again, the reason that I don't trade IPOs on a long-term chart like this, I would do a 15-minute chart, that's fine, but long-term I'm just not doing it because there's not enough information. I can't see resistance and support lines other than this bottom and this top. That's all I got. There's nothing else. So I don't have the whole story about something like with a Rocket Mortgage. So today we have broken our red line over our yellow. It is trying to move over into the sweet spot territory. It'll probably do that by tomorrow. And what I would like to see tomorrow, if we close the day with this massive candlestick right here, and it is 3:40, so we have 20 minutes, 19 minutes left. If we can finish up here and get a follow-through candlestick tomorrow like that, this might be something that you can go long on, but I'm really not sure. Just be very careful with the news and it being a short squeeze and whatnot. So let's go to a daily, and so we don't even have a 200-day moving average on here just because it has not been public for 200 days. So we can see that we have a 100-day moving average. It's this turquoise line, and if you follow it, it's actually right here. We have a 25-day and a 50-day moving average. So it definitely cleared all of those today. great uptrend, and you can see this just massive spike in volume. So if we can finish today like this, get an engulfing candlestick tomorrow, we will be okay. Let me refresh my screen real quick. I want to see if I can get a bid and ask difference. So surprisingly, this bid and ask difference is not as big as I thought it would be. 26, I mean, the highest I've seen it is 26 cents. And when you get something like this with so much volume, you're going to get fluctuations like it is doing right now. But as we can see, look at our price. It's just pulling back even from when we just talked about it about 15, 25 seconds ago. So let's go to a day trade. This is what I really want to show you guys and where you can make most of your money. So the nice thing is that the price didn't gap up overnight. And remember, overnight trading is this dark gray area that I just highlight, or I'm sorry, light gray area that I just highlighted. We didn't really have anything for the first part of the day. And then at about 1 o'clock, 1300 hours, we got a giant influx of volume. And that's when we started to really start taking off. So we got a great engulfing candlestick you could have added here. Another one you could have added here. Notice that our trend was over 80%, hovering very nicely. Could have added there. Could have added again here. So you could have added all this way up. And finally, at about 2:15, when we dropped below 80%, our 80% line right here, that's when you would have taken your profit. So you could have rode this thing from $29 and probably got out about $35. That's an incredible run up. And again, right now, with about 17 minutes to go, we're moving our way back up into this 80% area. So if it can stay between 80 and 100 and just hover in this area, you can go ahead and trade this for the end of the day. But you can see that there is a lot of profit taking going on. The last 15-minute period, there was more selling volume because this is red than there was buying volume. This just means that the dividend is coming out on 3/8, the 8th of March. But that's the big thing about, this is the big one that I wanted to show you guys with Rocket Mortgage, is you could have ran this all the way up just on a day trading chart. And this is one of those nice ones where the movement didn't happen overnight. So we didn't get a big jump in price overnight. We got this big rally going on during the day. And that's where you get that 70 to 75%. So this is an interesting one. Just be very careful when you do this. After I read that news about it being some kind of short squeeze, we just need to be conscientious that that's the reason, and that it's not because of something changed in the fundamentals of the company that made them do something. Granted, I'm sure they're still writing loans. They did come out yesterday. Jay Farner, the CEO, said that they had a great quarter. They're very bullish going forward. Now, of course, time will tell in the housing market, but that's it for Rocket. So if you're going to do something with this, just make sure you're using stops. Please use stops. Do not trade this stock without stops because this volatility is so incredible. One last thing, I just want to look at the volume on this thing. So the average volume on this stock is 11.7 million trades a day. Right now, it's 336 million trades, and you can see that we're just jumping up by hundreds of thousands of trades by the second. Look at this, is incredible. So just be very careful with this. Let's see, do we have a beta? It doesn't even have a beta. It's too new to even have a beta. So if you're doing it, I'm just going to reiterate one more time. Please be careful. Use stops. Quick recap. If you're over here on the long-term chart, you can add with an engulfing candlestick tomorrow. Use stops. If you want to do this on the short-term chart, more of a swing trade, you can likely add tomorrow with an engulfing candlestick. Use stops. If you're going to do something on the 15-minute chart, just make sure you're over 80% tomorrow, or if you want to short it, be under 20%, which would be just consistently down here. Make sure you're getting engulfing candlesticks going one way or the other. You got good volume, and you'll be good to go. So that's Rocket Mortgage. Good luck trading it. You guys have a great day.